Will this sell well if it is a Chinese car? And it doesn't sell well because it's a Hyundai over here in Malaysia. Now for those of you watching from international markets, for some reason, oh look at that 997. For some reason, the world's fourth biggest car maker doesn't sell well at all in Malaysia. Look at the car. It detects me, has the side mirror folding out, but it doesn't unlock the door for me. Okay, the seats go to the back for me, and yep, this is the Hyundai Santa Fe. Not a car we are unfamiliar with, but a car that's been around, facelifted and updated until we're not sure now if this is the old or new one. But as long as it's a new car, that's the push start button. You don't hear the engine starting up because one thing I really don't like about Hyundai is all the ding and ping and ding music and beep 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 ding 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 ding. They do quite a bit of that. Alright, a bit obsessive with all the pings and whatnot. Okay, I'll go to that later. Alright, hey, it's a Santa Fe. It's a good looking car, and for some reason Malaysians don't buy Hyundais. They sell so poorly here that one dealership near my place just expired. Basically, they shut down. Yeah, so for some reason, I mean, they make good cars. And their designs are daring, just like what the Chinese are doing now. But somehow when the Chinese does it, they sell. But when the Koreans do it for so long, they don't sell. Weird. Why? I do not know. But let's find out. Okay. Now, this car has traditionally been offered with larger engines, diesel variants, petrol and all that, but this round is a turbo hybrid. Okay, and it comes with almost all the bells and whistles, apart from stuffs that Genesis would get. You get, heads-up display, adaptive cruise control, air-conditioned seats, heated seats, climate control, drive modes, everything. You get everything. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, you get all that. Alright, memory seats. It's rather well equipped. Okay, let's drive and see how it drives. Okay, I hope you guys can see me. I think you can see me. Alright, let's go. Sorry if I don't sound that clear because I've been losing my voice. Yeah, oh my god, if I lose my voice, I'll be out of job. I can't do what I do anymore. Yeah, anyway. What? Okay, this side. The car steers well. The transition from purely electric to combustion or hybrid, pretty seamless. I can still feel it, but it's rather seamless at that. Thank you. Okay, I can hear the 4-pot, the tiny 4-pot, 1.64 pot. Is of course you will hear it, and of course a 4-pot, a turbocharged 4-pot will never be smooth sounding, will never be nice sounding. but that's not an issue here. Now without the electric power, from the hybrid motors, it will never be able to pull this much of weight with this small of an engine, the 1.6 turbo. Okay, you can definitely hear the engine. Suspension is really good. Nice. Okay, I would say the suspension is about on par with what Mazdas and Toyotas do these days. Not to the level of Ford, you know, not to that extent when I'm rolling over speed bumps. Okay, now the inside. Do I go to the inside? No. I'll leave that later. But overall, what I see here is acceptable, but rather 2015-ish. You know, but in terms of fit and finish, Hyundai's, the Koreans have been better than the Japanese in fit and finish. Make no mistakes about it. I mean, okay, put aside Lexus. Okay, you talk about Toyotas, Hondas and all that. Okay, Mazdas are really, really good at this. I think Mazda still is a notch better, but the Koreans, their fit and finish is top notch. Another thing that I've noticed about Hyundais is that some people may think it's old school, you know, all the buttons in the car, I mean, there's so many buttons in the car, they feel good when you press on them. You know, this is something we first noticed with BMWs back in the 2010, 2009 era, the F generation. It's like all the buttons feel good when you press them. You know, the sensation, the way they are damped is so nice. And all the buttons here felt like that, okay? And yeah, man. I do have one theory about why Hyundai seems to have reached this stage a couple of years ago, and then they have remained stagnant since then. You know, the Santa Fe used to be a very big SUV, and then they stopped upsizing it, they remained it, and now it's almost like the size of a BMW X3. You know, it's not in any way a lot larger. They've sort of maintained it. And in terms of the material used, in terms of the sophistication, there's one point where Hyundai has a significant jump in sophistication, in build and all that. That was back in the 2009 era with the Sonata. And then they kept on improving from there. And then sort of they plateaued, they stayed there. Why? I think they fell into the trap of looking at the world from their own little kaleidoscope, of seeing only Hyundai models, probably Kias, and then there's Genesis. So as a company, anything that they think, oh, this is really good, let's reserve it for the Genesis. Oh, should I do this? No. If I do this, what about Genesis? We must have a differentiation from Hyundai and Genesis. Yes, logical, internally speaking, but from a consumer point of view, anyone who's buying a Genesis won't be comparing it to a Hyundai. They couldn't be bothered, right? If they are buying a Genesis, they are probably cross-shopping a Lexus. Or they have already owned BMW, Mercedes-Benz, Volvos, Audis, and they're just looking for something new and fresh to experience. And hence, they buy a Genesis. To them, the brand no longer matters much. What matters is whether it gives you a new experience and whether it lives up to the standards of his previous premium cars. And that's the consideration. They won't go into a Hyundai and think, oh, if I save, if I save 100K, I may be able to get a Hyundai instead of a Genesis. Nobody does that. But internally speaking, Hyundai is trying to have a differentiation And when this differentiation comes in, it always stagnates the bottom brand. Same goes with Audi. There was a time when Audi was pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing until Audi was pushing up, until Porsche decided to push down, and then they tried to differentiate Audi and Porsche, and Audi suffers, right? When Audi's competitor, BMW and Mercedes-Benz, is trying to outdo Porsche, and Porsche is trying to persuade BMW and Mercedes-Benz owners to upgrade, Audi was forced to not compete with BMW and Mercedes by not competing with Porsche. I think same goes with Hyundai. There are so many little things that I notice. Say for example, the fonts on this, the resolution, the microchip, the processing speed. I think they try to reserve it for Genesis. But you have to know, your competitors don't give an F. Your competitors just want to do their best to persuade people to buy them. Wow, this motorbike. How dumb can you be to squeeze yourself in between two cars while negotiating a turn of 2 lanes to 1 lane? Clever. Darwinian award for you. Anyway, I'm not complaining this car is bad. So far, I haven't found one bad thing about this car. It drives well, it's spacious, the drivetrain and gearbox pairing is something that the recent influx of Chinese cars can only dream of, right? This reflects an underlying understanding of how a car should be when it's being driven daily. You know, at which point, at which RPM, what should you do? You know, how the weight balance does, how the suspension sits, all these little stuffs that the legacy automakers do really well, that a lot of modern Chinese brands aren't. I mean, they're more flashy, their interiors are prettier, their interface is way more attractive, the specifications, the seats, everything is fantastic, and drivetrain pairing and tuning is currently the Chinese brand's weakest link. Put aside fuel consumption, okay? And so far, oh, that's another Hyundai Sonata, a car that nobody buys as well. Yeah, there's so much to love about the car. Okay, let's talk about NVH first. I recently drove a similar size SUV, the Omoda C9. That car feels much more luxurious than this on the inside. Even the feel of the car, when you open the door, you close the door, you touch the steering wheel, everything, that car feels more upmarket than this. And that car's soundproofing, in terms of this area, eye-level soundproofing, that means wind noise, road noise, motorcycles and all that, that car is way better than this. But that also exacerbates, also makes the road noise more prominent. Okay, this one has less soundproofing, obviously, compared to that. And I can hear the road, I can hear the motorbikes beside me and all that. This one overall is just, you can feel it's a cheaper vehicle in a way, although it's not, okay? But they sort of balance. So the Omoda on this part is really, really quiet, makes you focus on the road. Whereas this one, road and this is sort of balanced. I'm not saying that's a good thing, but I'm saying that as an observation, okay? Yeah, the Sonata, a car with a crazy design. Crazy. There we go. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. Thirsty. Oh. Pretty amazing, huh? For a family car. Oh, there's a cup holder. What am I doing? My mind is like, oh, I occupied my cup holder. Okay, 2 cup holders, one deeper, one upper. The headrest is comfortable. I can see the car transitioning from, electric to motor to electric, all that very seamlessly. Once it's smooth, I require no acceleration. It tells me I'm in EV mode and the battery is coming out with power, and then I want to accelerate a while and I see the engine firing up. Everything was done extremely seamlessly. You forgot it's a hybrid. You just thought it's a very, very smooth car, and it accelerates faster than a normal 1.6 turbo does. But that's of course if you have charge. But then this car, if I'm not wrong, it is not a plug-in hybrid. It is a regular hybrid, and it's doing that thing really rather well. The recuperation and then the discharging of it. Seating position is perfect. It's the perfect seating position. Visibility is perfect. The mirrors are mounted on the doors. The A-pillar is not too fat. There are no awkward angles and all that. The seating position is just nice. The viewing angle is perfect. In terms of outreach for everything is perfect. Now the aircon vents is a bit dumb because left and right is the opening up or closing. Oh, come on, what's that? Wait. Hello, darling. No, I'm late today. I will be late today. 我今天会迟啊。I think another 20 minutes. 还有20 minutes 我才到。Okay? Bye. Yep. Oh, what was I on? Yeah, the seating position and all that is perfect. Suspension. Let's try to... Oh, I love it when I put on my turn signals and then it shows me the blind spot using the LCD screens on. That's the thing, BMW, look at what you do with your LCD screens. You do not know what to do with them, and you create some stupid animation, stupid themes. This is how you should use your LCD screens. Put on the turn signals and you fire up your camera that was for 360, and then you use it to display the blind spot. Both sides. That's how you use LCD screens. Not doing silly animations. I just love this. You see, now I turn on the right signal and I'm showing me the blind spot on this side. Now I turn off the blind spot warning signals because they are annoying as hell. Extremely annoying. All the pings and sounds that this car makes is rather annoying. Oh, I was mentioning about the aircon vents. Usually you will have this to go up, down, left, right, and then you have another jog dial to control the volume of air. This one, when you push it to the left side, the leftmost is when it is producing the least amount of air, is letting out least amount of air, and then you shut it. Okay? And then right side. So that means you cannot have the aircon blower blow to your side while reducing the volume of air. I'm now at the minimum. This is the minimum. All right, the single bar, the first bar. If I go down, it'll be off. But to be honest, the aircon is extremely powerful. It's cold, and I actually wanted to reduce the volume of air even at this temperature, but I couldn't, because in order to reduce it, I have to first push it to the left side, which is blowing that side, and then it's out of commission. So if I put both at its lowest air volume but still not shut, I'm not getting any blown towards me. That's interesting. Okay. Okay, let's speed up a little bit. This car picks up speed, man. Even though it's a 1.6 turbo, because of the hybrid, it does pick up speed. And the brake pedal modulation, when you brake the pedals, the steering feel, and not feel, but the accuracy of it, gives you a decent dose of confidence, I have to say. You dare to drive this car. You dare to go into corners, high-speed bends, and all that. It's decent. Yeah, and this shows proper work done on the engineering part. Okay. Okay, that's my sibling, the Kia Sorento. Brakes are really good. See how the car accelerated, right? So it's not bad. Not bad at all. I think it accelerates faster than the 2.2 diesel. I have no figures, but just the feel of it. Because that one you need to wait for the turbo lag. This one just fills in, the top fill just comes in and it just pulls you. Provided I see there are still bars left. But so far it's been maintaining the middle pretty well. It wasn't depleted yet. And then on the right side, it's not an RPM, but it's just one that shows you I'm now in recuperation mode, charging mode, or I'm in eco mode, or over that I'm in power mode. Okay? Yeah. The headrests are comfortable. It's a comfortable car. I have no reason to hate this car. But I don't hate it. I like it. Do I love it? I don't know. There is a certain sense of, how do I put this? It's like there's this girl. She's not bad looking. She has a great figure. She's a good girl, good character. You know, she does her homework, she does her stuff, she does her work well. She just does her thing, you know. She's a nice and good person. But she doesn't catch people's attention. She's not the loud type, she's not the flamboyant type, she's not the type that people notice. And hence, even though she's that good of a combo, nobody went after her and asked her out for dinner, and she is single and ends up being a spinster. That's the thing with Hyundai cars. All their cars are rather not bad. Their cars are good, but maybe because they've never invested in the brand. All right, from day one, it's been by distributors, Hyundai, and probably because of the volume that they sell, they don't get that much budget for advertising, for brand building and all that, and they just remain it that way. So in Malaysians' minds, Hyundai is blank. When we talk about brand, you think of something, right? When I talk about Milo, you think about sports, you know, you think about school, you think about putting the hard work, being a healthy lifestyle. And then when I talk about Red Bull, you thought about extreme, you talk about people challenging the norm, people doing incredible things. Every brand has an association, a feel of it, right? Hyundai, in Malaysia at least, has done none of that. They have never invested in that. And probably that's the reason why whenever there are fluctuations in Hyundai prices, they hurt so badly because people just can't put them into a certain concept of who they are, what they represent. Yeah. Yeah, I've never invested enough in that. Whether it's advertising or branding, okay? Yeah, the car drives well. Very well, in fact. And I've tested the adaptive cruise control. Extremely good. Better than any Japanese brands that I've tested. Okay? So far. Come on. Yeah, today is full of this type of driver. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. Oh. Good acceleration just now. Yeah, man, it's a good car. It is a good car. Okay, I'll continue later. Just jam here, just heavy traffic. Okay, perfect time to do adaptive cruise control. Okay, set it to the furthest distance. Okay, it's keeping my car to the lane, and my legs are off the brakes, off the throttle pedal, and the car is now slowing down because of the front car. I'm going 51, 50, and my speed is set to 85, and I'm not touching the steering wheel. So far, it's doing it well. Hey, it's been more than 10 seconds. Why does it not require me to touch the steering wheel? Whether capacitively or torque sensing. Okay, the front cars are braking now. Let's see. Let's prepare my leg. Let's prepare. The car is slowing down by itself. Braking and braking. And not bad. Very controlled. What an idiot. Very controlled. And I want to see what the car is seeing. It sees the car in front, but it shows no signs of cars on the left or right. Okay, nothing here. It's braking by itself. Hey, I'm still not touching the steering wheel. Who is that? Hello? Hello?
Hello, Bobby ya?
Yeah?
Bobby, betul tak?
Yes.
Bobby, I ada gift Chinese New Year punya. I dah lama. I sudah dekat Blok B.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I tunggu
Okay, bye-bye.
Alright. Okay, bye-bye.
Guys, even though I love this, but Hyundai seems to have forgot that, isn't it a law somewhere that you need to have your hands on the steering wheel? Like Volvo or BMW now is like 10 seconds, probably less. They will go all out screaming at you that you're not touching the steering wheel. But so far I'm not on the steering wheel, I'm not on the throttle pedal. I'm just letting the car drive itself. Okay, there's a slight curve. Oh, finally, keep hands on steering wheel. Okay. I need to count how long was that. All right, very good. Very, very good. Adaptive cruise control, one button activation, and Yahweh, not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, so they have two buttons. One is adaptive cruise control, but you steer it yourself. Another one down here is you press it, it activates your lane keep assist steering with two lines there. So you can pair up two things to turn it into a level 2 semi-autonomous pilot drive. We've always known that the Koreans are good at this. Hyundai and Kia's logic is good. I think it's on par with Volvo, probably. What's going on? Yes, darling. No, I'm at the roundabout near your school. Wait, if I arrive, I will come up, right? 你要我去后面 pick up 你，还是 park 楼下？
是你去那个 primary 那边 pick up 我。
Okay. Okay.
这边。
Okay. I'm driving, darling. I'm driving. Okay 吗 ？Okay. Oh my God. Oh. So this car totally show its power just now with the electric power coming in. This car shoots off the line. I swear to you, it shoots off like a 3-liter supercharged. But I mean, after the initial, there's no further build up from there, okay? But that showcases what a hybrid can do. No way a small engine like this will be able to make that kind of acceleration, that kind of immediate acceleration just now. No way. Okay? No way is possible to do that just now. Even with a 2-liter turbo. Only hybrids can do that. Yeah. Okay. What's going on? Something is different. Okay, it's the same, huh? Okay. Nice. So the adaptive cruise control of this car is good. Come on. Very good, in fact. Rank amongst the top with the rest. You know, like BMW, Volvo, they're all good at it. Geely, Proton. Certainly better than what I've tested from Toyota, Honda, and of course there are those where they're just crap. Like Perodor's one. And some other cheaper cars. Oh my god, their adaptive cruise control is what I call TPK, tabule pakai, TBP, whatever. There we go, it accelerates. Handling is good, suspension is good. Oh, that's another Santa Fe. Brake pedal modulation, great. Tracks really well. Great stuff. Ooh. You know what? The Omura C9 I drove that day is as big as this, but not as agile as this. This is agile. But that car looks proper 2025. This one sitting here, I'm looking at 2010 at best. This is 2010. This is a 15-year-old looking interior. And I believe That's what drives people away from Hyundai. And the reason Hyundai don't do the ultra modern, proper luxurious interior is because of the existence of Genesis. So my advice to Hyundai, tell your Hyundai team to try their best to beat Genesis, and tell Genesis team to try their best to make sure they beat the other Germans. Don't even look back at Hyundai. Don't even go and tell the bosses during meeting that Hyundai shouldn't be touching your turf. Don't even think about that. Just let Hyundai chase after you and set a KPI for the Hyundai team to overtake you. All right? Yep.
Pick up.
Yeah.
Car is stick up.
Tada.
That's why you stop outside.
Not in this car. Thank you. All right. Cheers. So now that the speeds have picked up a bit, I just want to show you. See, my legs and my feet is not touching the steering wheel. I'm now going at 70 kilometers per hour. 75. It's so good. But I'm just surprised that it never asked me to touch the steering wheel. See how far can we go. Remember, this is not the safest way, but my legs are prepared. Okay, now it asks me to hold the steering wheel and I give it a bit of tug and it'll continue. Okay, the front car should start braking a little bit. Okay, no. There are no sudden jerks, no sudden brakings. It's just so at ease, doing its thing. Well done, Hyundai, well done. I can live with this. I set my auto cruise control to 90. See, the car moved out and the car starts accelerating. It reads the lines well. I've now accelerated to 90 kilometers per hour, 87, 88, 90. Up the speed a bit. Okay, this bend. So I have to be, I'm doing a test, so I have to be extremely careful. Okay, keep my hands on the steering wheel. It reminds me again. I like this interval more than the 10-second interval, but of course you have to keep your eyes on the road. And I'm doing a test. Let me remind you, usually I won't, just let go everything and just let it be. Oh, it reminds again. Interesting. At different speeds, different turning, it will ask for different level of attention. All right? But this is fantastic.